Hello, welcome back to Mr. Lyon Science Corner. Today we're going to do some more math. And we're going to not play a game, unfortunately, but we're going to attack a problem that a lot of kids have. I will tell you, as a chemistry teacher in high school, we had a lot of kids even then, and I dare say even adults, have trouble with dividing by fractions. Okay? And you get a lot of confusion. A lot of kids will say 12 divided by 1/2 is 6 because they're thinking 2 instead of 1/2. And I'm going to attempt to show you something that hopefully will show you a way to at least make it a little more concrete for the students. And a lot of times, what I guess I'm going to say that this is a shout out to the homeschool people, because a lot of parents, this is not an easy subject to talk about, and hopefully I can make it a little bit easier. What you need is some 8.5 by 14 legal size paper. And this happens to be blank. If you want to use a legal pad or something like this that's lined, go ahead. But it helps if you will do this. And then you also need a ruler, okay? And what I did is I marked off 12 inches, and that's why you need the legal pad, because it's 8.5 by 14. So there's a little room left over, and I marked it off, and then I cut it, and then cut strips. So what I did is I wound up with strips looking like this that are 12 inches long and roughly 1 inch wide. Okay? I did not measure that, I just kind of eyeballed it. But these are 12 inches long. And if you want to go all metric, then what you want to do is you want to go 30 centimeters is something about the right length. Okay? The reason I like the English is that when they did this, you have a lot of fractions, a lot of numbers are divisible by there. So I picked 12 because 12 you can divide by a number of things. So we're going to go very quickly through this. 12 divided by 12 is, of course, 1. Okay, and what I would like to show you is, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a pattern. And I really like patterns because math can be explained, a lot of things can be explained in a pattern, and math really lends itself to doing patterns. So what I have here is I have the physical description of this is I have a 12-inch long piece of paper, and I want to divide it so that I have 12-inch long pieces. Well, how many would I have? I would have 1 piece. Okay, so the reason I cut these into strips is so that I would have, and I would have the student do this. 12 divided by 12 is 1 piece. Okay. 12 divided by 6. If I have a 12-inch piece and I want 6-inch pieces, I can get, let's see, I don't know if I can do this or not. Probably as good a handwriting as I've got. 12 divided by 6, and I very carefully marked the approximate position. And if I want 6-inch pieces, I have 2 pieces. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And similarly, I can take 12 divided by 4. Notice I'm not doing things like 5 or 7 or anything like that because I want these things to be even. 12 divided by 4 is, of course, 3. So 12 divided by 4, I want 4-inch pieces out of a 12-inch piece. I've got them marked. And so the student can cut with, you probably want the rounded scissors, okay, elementary scissors, and you're going to have 3 pieces, okay? And you can continue doing this. 12 divided by 3, I'm going to write this up, right side up, is 4, and if I can go a little faster, 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 12 divided by 1 is 12. So all that is very standard, and if they know their division, fairly straightforward. And you can take the pieces, I'm not necessarily going to cut them, 3-inch pieces, and you can see how you have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and so on and so forth. Now, the reason I do this is because I want to get to fractions. Notice that and I'm going to expose my ignorance here, I'm sorry, I believe that's called the dividend, but I could be wrong on that. The top number, I always like to call it, the top number doesn't change as we do this. Okay, the top number is the same, but the divisor, and I know that's the divisor here, is going down. Okay, that's the pattern. The top number stays the same, and the bottom number gets smaller. As it does, the answer, the quotient, I believe, I'm trying to reach back a long ways, the quotient increases. Okay, so if we then, and here's where we get into the worth of the pattern. If we have 12 divided by 1/2, it can't be 6 because that's 12 divided by 2. This is a different number. And the old way of showing how to do it like this, we take the top number and multiply it by the reciprocal of the denominator, and we get 24. Okay? So if I take a piece of paper and I very carefully divide up into 1/2 inch pieces and start cutting, I'm not going to cut them all here, but you know what I'm doing here, and count up all the little pieces, I should get 24. Okay? And I can do that with a number of fractions. 12 divided by 3/4, 12 times 4/3, and 3 goes into 12 4 times. I should get 16 little pieces. And I can check this because I've got a strip of paper that has been marked at 3/4. And it's reasonably easy to do. 12 divided by 2/3, 12 times, and I guess I should explain, I use a little time sign and I use a little dot. I actually prefer the dot because when you get into algebra, the x means, of course, the unknown. So the dot is a good thing. Times 3 halves. And you should come up with 18 pieces. And you can do that, and you can check, and you can show the student that that's what you're actually doing. That's what you actually get. So it must, you know, if you follow the pattern, okay, that's what you'll get. And then, if you want to keep going, which of course we want to, if we're going to take 12 divided by 24, well, the physical meaning of that take this here, 12 divided by 24, if I have a 12-inch piece of paper, strip of paper, and I want a 24-inch, well, I must have half of what I need. That's 24 inches. And so, if I have 12 inches, I have half of what I want. So 12 divided by 24 is 1/2. And so if you do this, you can show the pattern of why the fractions are the way they are. And hopefully, I don't know if it'll work or not, but hopefully it will stick so that when they get into chemistry in high school, they won't be confused, and they'll have the fractions, division by fractions down pat. Okay? So with that, we will say goodbye to another day. Thank you very much.